Let's check in now with meteorologist Candace Campos, and you have the latest on that official landfall and, of course, what's going on in the future.
So if you're just waking up this morning trying to figure out what the current stats are, again, we have had an official landfall at about 3 this morning of Hurricane Nicole. As a Category 1 storm with 75-mile-per-hour just south of Vero Beach, the North Hutchinson Island. Again, that was about 3 o'clock this morning. Now, the last time we had a Florida hurricane make landfall in November was back in 1985. With a Category 2 hurricane. It was Hurricane Kate in the Panhandle. The other one we had was back in 1935. It was the Yankee hurricane. So, I mean, we've only had 3 in history. So certainly they are rare in Florida, but as we currently sit here in wall-to-wall coverage, it is possible. We are also talking about some damage reports that are now coming in. We have a tree down on a roof possibly in Melbourne Village in Brevard County, and damage possibly to a structure of a gas station there in Satellite Beach. Of course, as the sun starts to rise and we get more people out there kind of checking out the conditions, we could have more of these damage reports. But so far, that is what we are hearing about, as well as a lot of power outages. And of course, as now Tropical Storm Nicole continues to push inland, the wind field will expand a little more. So right now we have tropical storm force winds extending outwards about 450 miles. This originated as a subtropical storm, which tend to be very broad. And then they slowly start to gain more of those tropical characteristics. So it got the strength of a tropical storm and a hurricane, but it still has the size of a subtropical storm. So it's almost a hybrid system in November. Hence why it's a rare storm. So you can see wind intensity and timeline stopping the clock here at about 8 a.m. We could have still strong tropical storm force winds around that darker orange that will include areas of Osceola County, Orange, clipping parts of southwest Seminole County into Lake and Sumter throughout the 8 to noon hour. And then as we head into 2, 3 o'clock, majority of Central Florida still will have tropical storm force gusts, but most of it will be improving when it comes to at least our winds by about 7, 8 o'clock tonight for the majority of Central Florida. Of course, when you factor in the heavy rain and the winds, we do hear a lot of reports about power outages, and Jonathan Kengos will be coming in just a few seconds, pinpointing more of that. But clouds and rain still showing those feeder bands streaming in across the area. We are seeing significant rainfall, not as significant as Hurricane Ian, where we were forecasting 10 to even 15 inches of rain. With this storm, it will be more between 2 to 5 inches, some isolated amounts, upwards about 6, 7 inches of rain. So that obviously brings up the concern for more coastal flooding, as well as the flooding up and down the St. Johns River. So let's talk more about those power outages. Don't forget, if you happen to lose power in the next couple of hours, there's plenty of ways that you can also watch us. Meteorologist Jonathan Kengos has more on that, as well as those power outage numbers coming up now to Jonathan.
Yeah, absolutely. We're watching more power outages now sneak on into Osceola County. Not too much right now, only 100 being reported, 100 without power. Also the blue showing up now just as we came on here into Flagler County, so some spotty power outages being reported. The main power outage center is, of course, Brevard County, where we first had the nasty rain bands come on through. And really that main push, again, the report there of 20,000 customers without power so far. And those are likely going to go up as well as we continue to push on through the evening as those wind gusts continue to march on shore. And again, we're seeing some of those strongest winds now push towards a little bit closer to East Orange County. And then through the morning, there you go at 6 o'clock in the morning, still, because the wind field is so broad, and typically with these bigger systems, they don't weaken very quickly and the impacts are felt on a much larger scale. So a little bit different than having a tight, compact, smaller storm, kind of like Ian, how it weakened very quickly as it moved on through in terms of the wind speeds. But nonetheless, still widespread tropical storm force winds likely continuing through the latter stages of tomorrow morning, guys.